Hi, Darcy Nyrose here from Nyrose Associates and KelownaRealEstatePros.com. We are ending and rounding out another decade in the real estate industry. And I just want to tell you a little bit about myself, being in the industry since the 90s, 1996 to be exact, in Vancouver. Saw some great markets and not so great markets, and still here today. Moved to Kelowna in 2008. Came into a tough market there, and we plowed through that one. And here we are in 2019, and the market's been phenomenal this year. But let me tell you some of the things and changes that the industry had over the last 30 years. We had the implementation of the 7% GST on new homes, which then dropped down to 5% GST. Then, of course, the government brought in the 12% HST, and that, of course, got scaled back and eliminated, and the 5% GST was reintroduced. We also saw Canadian prime interest rates as high as over 10% in the 1990 and as low as 3.25 in 2008. Now let's talk about the last decade. Again, the last decade has seen a lot of implementation and changes and rules, and you name it, anything to kind of make the market a little what we think might be unstable. But we had, let me see here, we had foreign buyers tax in 2016. We had increase in property transfer tax for homes over $2 million to 3%, and that was also in 2016. Great news though, the government gave us an exemption because on new homes we had to pay property transfer tax and GST. For new homes now they've exempted the property transfer tax on homes up to $750,000 and a partial exemption up to $800,000. Then of course the speculation tax came in around 2018, and the mortgage stress test ended out 2018 as well. So we've had a lot of things that have come at us in this industry, but we've been able to show that this market is resilient. And now I'm going to just jump onto this year and tell you about what Kelowna is doing in all the markets, and we'll start off with homes. So in the home category, the first 6 months we saw quite the spike in double-digit inventory growth. So we had a lot of inventory on the market in the first 6 months of 2019, which allowed buyers to have a little bit more pick, which meant that the prices weren't going to accelerate as fast. Now in the last 6 months, we saw that inventory decrease quite a bit. And of course, supply and demand, prices increased over that as well. So that was great for sellers in the single-family home market. Townhomes, again, unprecedented inventory growth in the first 6 months, which again allowed buyers to kind of sit back, time to choose. In the last 6 months, inventory dropped, allowing the pricing to stay around +3 to -10% fluctuation. So we didn't see a lot of growth. We saw more of a drop to a -10%.
Okay.
So for the lot category, what we're seeing is a couple things. You see a large release of inventory from the master plan communities in the Kelowna area. Plus, we also see the builders being really bullish on the market. So we're seeing a lot of lot sales and a lot of inventory that have come out this year. Now we're seeing lot inventory decrease because there's not as many released in the big large communities, and the builders are trying to finish off and sell their specs, or of course they're just finishing off their custom homes. So just to recap 2019, it's been a great year. It was very stable. We didn't see huge spikes, but we saw nice stable supply, demand, prices. So we're seeing great indicators that 2020 will come out the same. We have a lot of new communities coming out as well, so please look out for those. But if you're looking to buy and sell in Kelowna, please call Nyrose Associates at 250-258-9888, or you can reach us at KelownaRealEstatePros.com, and we'll see you in the new year.